Hi, Davi here, and today we're going to talk about how you should draw something that you think feel is cool. Now, even if it doesn't go anywhere, I think it's important that you engage with ideas that you're curious about. For example, I was kind of into knights. I mean, not just knights, but concepts like anything involving like warriors, like soldiers, stuff like that. But in this case, I focused a little more on some knights. See, I just went to Pinterest and searched for some knights, and I decided to study a couple. And it's just nice to be able to sort of scratch an itch, right? Again, this could lead to a project in the future or something like that. But sometimes I think we focus so much on having things fit some kind of story. Like, oh, if I do this, this is going to help me in the future. It's not bad to think about things that way, but I think you kind of rob yourself of the in the moment kind of vibes. Because sometimes you just want to be able to draw something, sketch something. Maybe it's a meme, maybe it's a movie you've seen, an anime you've watched. It could be like a random thought in your mind. Like sometimes you just want to do something just because it's in your mind and it feels wrong not to do something about it. So I think you can start off with, especially if you don't know what to do, what to draw, what to sketch paint, study. Focus on something that you feel, like genuinely feel is kind of cool. Knights, feet, your favorite anime character, or a recent movie that came out, or I mean nature, real life types of stuff, still life, if that excites you. And I just feel like you need to do something with these types of interests, and I think a lot of style is also focused on, or what contributes to your style is not just the way you hold your pen, the brushes you use, the techniques you have, but it's also the subject matter that you usually focus on. Some like more environment art, some like more like character types of things, people. Sometimes it's more, yeah, they're characters, but they're more like alien or animalistic, or just like a not exactly humanoid. So I think when we focus so much on techniques, it like manual physical techniques, we kind of forget that the subject we decide to focus on will affect and is part of our style. Like our interests is part of our style. And that can influence the way you draw or you paint. For example, if you're interested in like mecha, those types of hard surface types of subjects, it's gonna change the way you draw because you're gonna be focusing more on angular lines, right? As opposed to if you're into more characters or say creature art, and you love those types of subjects, then you're gonna end up becoming more organic with your lines, usually. So it's sort of a neglected thing, and I feel like if you're kind of lost, it's just nice to focus on the subject you like. It could lead somewhere, it could lead nowhere. The point is to engage with your interests. So for me in this case, it was some nights, and I think I focused on just black and white grayscale studies. Pretty cool, and it doesn't involve much thinking, because if you have like colors to think about, it's like extra layers of work. And if you're into that, if you're excited about color, go for it. I think it's more of an in the moment thing. If I'm not feeling color right now, then I won't do it. Usually I don't, just because, well, especially if I'm like doing a study, like I don't need to. If I'm not trying to study the color, like why bother with it, right? But that's just my take. Oh, by the way, someone asked the question on how I did the hoodie, like what brush did I use or something like that. All I did was, because it's not a hood, well, it's kind of a hood, but it's technically a chain mail. It's like one of those, like, imagine a piece of cloth that's made of chain. So I could have drawn it like ring by ring, but obviously that's so dumb because it'll take forever. So all I did was increased my brush size to the point where I can see the brush spacing, and then that's how I did my the chainmail kind of part for one of these sketches. And I think it's a great way to save time. You want to be creative with the way you use your brushes. It doesn't always have to be like, oh, I have one brush for chains, one brush for like fire. I mean, you can do that, but sometimes you just want to be extra creative. So that's how I decided to suggest the sort of chain like kind of vibe was to increase my brush size so you can see the brush spacing. Right? Is it accurate? No, but it gives a little bit of texture. And the whole brush spacing thing, it's kind of an overlooked texture. It's not technically texture, but if you see it enough times, it kind of becomes its own texture. It can feel a bit sharp or too gritty or too harsh for some artists, but for me, I think it's I don't mind it. I used to be someone who dislikes it, but I think it's sort of an acquired taste of mine. Also, if you're into like grayscale types of sketches, kind of like what I'm doing now in the background, I do recommend an artist named Richard Anderson or Flap Trap something. I think I did an art review of his work like way back, like years ago, but it's still one of my favorite artists in terms of this like sketching style where it's more focused on negative shapes. It's very shapy. So if you're kind of a mix between like you're not a very good drawer or a line contour types of artist, if you're not the kind of artist, then I do recommend you try this sort of approach out. Obviously watch my sketches here or studies, but I also recommend you check out because I think Richard Anderson or Flaptraps, he has enough like time-lapse videos online for you to sort of see what that kind of approach is. And again, if you're more of a painter, I think you're going to enjoy this kind of process a lot more. But anyway, that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Yeah, bye.